Now that Europe is open and online, my name is Joseph Cusick from the Cusick Group. Securities offered by MoneyBlock. Let's get into the MarketStream.live's look, and we're going to start in Germany. DAX sits right above flatline right now early in the session. As we saw that they reported a slight miss on their Q4 GDP. That has investors in Germany and I think in Europe a little bit more tepid. Also, you have the Greek discussion going back, the Grexit now being discussed. They're not very happy with the fact that they're getting more austerity to get that payment from the EU. That is going to turn into a volatile situation, no doubt. So obviously the markets are being a little bit more tepid. Taking a look at the DAX, just again, right now right at or above flatline. RWE has jumped 2.4%. You're also seeing large cap names like Volkswagen, BASF, Deutsche Bank, and Daimler up between 0.2% and 1% so far early in this session. Now, drug makers, they're lagging. So names like Merck and Bayer are down about 0.9% and 0.5% respectively. EWG, the German ETF, is trading at 27.49. We're going to keep an eye on 26.70. That's going to be a critical level that needs to be held by the bulls if they're going to continue to have control in Germany. Now, taking a look at the UK and in the FTSE, it's a little higher by about 0.1%. And we continue to see that miners and financials are showing relative strength again today. You have BHP Billiton, you have Randgold Resources up between 1% and 1.6%. You also have Old Mutual, RBS, as well as HSBC adding between 1% and 1.5%. We're going to see if this actually continues to flow over here in the States, and we'll watch that closely on the open at 9:30 Eastern time when we take a look at the U.S. market open. Healthcare names are also on the defensive, though. You're seeing AstraZeneca, Shire, and GlaxoSmithKline all having losses between 0.6% and 1% early in the session. Again, watch that on the open here in the U.S. at 9:30 Eastern time. EWU is trading at 31.93. We're going to watch that $31 level very closely. 31.20 is going to be a level that needs to be held over a long-term bias if the bulls are going to continue to move to the upside in England. Now, take a look at Francis CAC, up again 0.1%. You're seeing a tepid market here in Europe. Automakers like Peugeot and Renault are leading with respective gains of 4.2% and 2.8%. Now, the reason why, there are some reports that Peugeot is close to acquiring Opel and Vauxhall. These are brands that are owned by General Motors. So watch GM on the open here in the U.S. as well. Financials like BNP Paribas, Crédit Agricole, and Société Générale, they're all showing losses between 0.4% and 0.9%. That could have a lot to do with the fact that we're seeing some CPI and PPI data that is showing some heat, folks. On the inflation side, we also have some basically more potential volatile situations with Greece as well as Italy. EWQ is trading at 24.69, this French ETF. We're going to watch that 24.77 level. If we can't get that back, the short-term bulls are going to be under some pressure. Then 24 looks to be the next challenge point. Finally, as I had noted, Italy. MIB is outperforming, gaining 0.4%. Banco BPM and Banco Mediolanum are showing gains of about 0.9% and 3% respectively. So the financials are moving to the upside. What's also interesting is Fiat Chrysler is also outperforming, up 2.9%. We're going to watch that one very closely here in the U.S. markets. EWI is trading at 23.82. We're going to watch this Italian ETF very closely. It is right in between midterm and short-term midterm support, short-term resistance between 23.50 and 24.50. The bulls are in no man's land right now. We'll see who's going to take the action. All right, folks, that's it for right now. Just taking a look at the European action. We're going to be back online here at MarketStream.live at 9:30 Eastern, where we're going to be talking about all the action that's happened on the U.S. Open. See you then.